Super important to mount the TV. When I did it, I was reading on how to do it without a stud finder. I was like, oh, I can do that. If you looked at the bottom of this frickin' wall, probably 5 dozen little holes where I was just like, boop, 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 boop. Hey guys, this is Clayton Chavez with @ClaytonCares with my tips on organizing your small apartment. The first tip is to simply downsize. I guarantee you have a lot of stuff that you do not need. You need to become more of a minimalish, like a minimalist, but you don't have to get rid of everything. If you don't want to get rid of everything, you can always get a storage unit. I know back in Ohio when we lived there were storage units for as little as $10 a month versus paying $200 for an extra room in your apartment. You don't need that extra storage accessible to you all the time. So get a storage unit, pay a small amount rather than hundreds in rent. The second tip is to simply declutter and keep a lot of spaces open and clear and versatile. You have to be on top of your clutter because in a small space, just a few items really make a big difference. And don't over-decorate walls and surfaces either because it'll make you feel cramped and just not as open and free. My third tip is to just get creative with your solutions. Whenever we first got here, we had a lot of trouble figuring out a place for our cat's litter box. We got creative and did some research, and there's top entry litter boxes. This has been one of the biggest improvements that we've made since moving here. It's been awesome. No litter everywhere on the floor. It's great. Also, think of little things like magnet storage and things that you can use to clear up drawers and totes and things that maybe you don't want to overcrowd. And for larger items like tables and things, think about wall-mounted tables. Think about tables that you can collapse. Our space that I'm actually in right now, you can see the tables behind me. Sometimes we have to use that wall to photograph my husband's Etsy clothing and such, so we're able to collapse that and use this space for all sorts of different uses. My favorite tip is actually to prioritize your stuff and the storage of it. What this means is keep things that you use frequently at like eye and waist level, and things that maybe you use less frequently, keep those on the bottom shelf or keep those high up in storage or hanging on hooks and things like that throughout the house. My next tip is to utilize verticality. This is actually one that was shouted out a lot in my direct messages on Instagram. Shout out to Vanessa, to Heather, to Morgan. They all had suggested this, and it's a really great one. Just use your vertical space. High shelves, wall-mounted shelves, just things to get things off of the floor and up at eye level or above. This includes mounting your TV. This includes using like the tops of cupboards if you have them in your kitchen, and also get your bed off of floor level. I wish we even had a higher bed frame, but it's been a great resource either way for just storing things. Another one is to use functional decor. So decor that not only is pretty or a statement piece, but also something that you can put stuff in. Our chests that we have throughout our apartment are a good example of this. They're functional, but they also look cool. And lastly, if you don't know where to put something, just shove it in a closet because we're all human and none of us are perfect. You'll see that a little later on in this video if you're watching this on YouTube. All right, thanks for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, stay tuned in just a moment for our home studio tour. Or if you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, click the link in the description to watch the full video. Thanks, guys. Oh, hello. Welcome to my living room. And like 6 other rooms for that matter. So here, we have our, what I'm just calling our living space. This is our bedroom. This is our living room. This is basically just everything. I don't know. We don't have a lot of space, obviously. It's a studio. It's about 350 square feet, I believe, which is not a lot. We have our gallery wall here. This is kind of like a nice moment. Obviously, we wouldn't be an American if we didn't have a TV, and here it is. Super important to mount the TV. It's way easier than you think it is. I didn't use a stud finder, so I recommend borrowing or buying one of those. When I did it, I was reading on how to do it without a stud finder. I was like, oh, I can do that. If you looked at the bottom of this frickin' wall, probably 5 dozen little holes where I was just like, boop, 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 just trying to find a stud. And I eventually found one. We've been married 10 years, ladies. This is just so nice. Some storage for games. I think it's important to segment and kind of add like a theme to like an area based on how you use it. So we have entertainment / on the way out the door. Shout out to Bo and Nichelle for this lovely piece. And then we have like our sleeping quarters, like our sleeping quarter of the room, I guess you could say. Going off of the whole verticality thing and everything, like this is a perfect place for stuff like this. This is actually kind of like a focal point of the room, I would say, is like this whole area. I really like our view here. Nice little trees and kind of like nice view of like the sunset on the buildings and whatnot. We get wildlife crawls throughout here in the tree a lot, which is really nice. This like long piece here, this, which is really pretty. Shout out to Allison. Friends Jessica and Brittany got me this lamp. Chests. These are great as like a nice like statement piece, but also our storage. The top one's just crafts. Jordan doesn't have to access that kind of stuff every day, pretty frequently, but not every day. When he does, it's just a matter of taking the lamp off and opening it up, and there it all is. And then we have our little baby here, who's enjoying his little box that I got him at Aldi. I let this set out and he has been sitting in it ever since, and we haven't had the heart to get rid of it, which is a little white trash, but we're a little white trash, so it's okay. I think one of our biggest opportunities here is to make this a little more cute. This is some crafting stuff and just some things that like maybe we have to access somewhat frequently. Also, welcome to our nest, another little statement piece. We also have this if we want to kind of like make it a cozy little moment and just have this, or if like one of us needs to be in there to be on like a call or to get work done, the rooms can have some separation. You can also see the dresses we have here. So these are dresses that Jordan is getting ready to list after we photograph them, probably tonight. Hopefully not, because I already have a lot to do with this video, but we're probably gonna do them tonight. So not only does this double as a little, you know, rack for this curtain to go through as a room separator, but also hanger dresses here, which works perfectly because this is actually where we do our Etsy, like photograph our Etsy. So this comes down, the table is collapsible, so it's a folding table, which is great. When we're not eating or dining, or this isn't an office space, this essentially collapses, this light turns on, and this is where we shoot our Etsy, right here. So then it makes this really nice system where we have this here for the dresses. Jordan steams it, gets it ready here, and then hands it off to me where I photograph it. One major key to living in a small space like this is to just, the bigger items, keep them as versatile as you can. Most of the time, it's a desk. It's where we're doing our work, or it's where we're eating. This is sort of like the office shipping center shelf kind of thing. One thing I have learned is to not overcrowd these totes or these like little bins. We have our little cubbies here, our little cubes here for different things. Like this is like note paper. Try not to keep anything too overly crowded, because if you can't easily get to it, you might as well buy shipping supplies. Temporary storage thing. It's a little quote from Helen Keller. It says, "Life is either a..." Wait, what does it say? And oh look, we're already in the kitchen, great. Obviously if you have the space, use it for decorations and stuff, because you're not gonna use it for storage of like anything of real value. This is actually, so this is two separate shelves that Jordan got me, but I really liked how he had them packed with this. So I made them into one thing. A little Valentine's Day monkey from our first Valentine's Day. And then these, which were actually a gift from Jordan's cousin Margie, that we're just gonna pretend were our cake toppers on our wedding day, even though the ones that were actually on our wedding day got thrown away by the right back in here. Mostly I just wanted to show off the bathroom, to show off my Lush, because hello. This bathroom shelf, I don't mean to be dramatic, but it changed our life. Like, it really did. This is basically acting as an extension of this, and it's so nice. Your most frequently used like vanity products and beauty and hygiene products, boom here, or boom in the medicine cabinet. But don't overstuff your medicine cabinet, because stuff just starts going everywhere. You don't need to, the point is to make it as easy on your everyday life as possible. This also, I've started to use this as an extension of this as well. So like my face wash, mouthwash, I use that in the shower and I use it outside of the shower. So having it here makes it really easy for both. Got my brush, you know, flossing stuff. Our empty shower bomb and bath bomb case, because I don't have any. And then like our hair stuff, like scrunchies. You can keep that.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. Shout out to Sandy for the curtain. Oh, and shout out to your mother, to Tina, for the bathroom shelf. It's so iconic. Go ahead and get to the real tea here. You know, everybody's got their skeletons in the closet, right? Well, our skeletons are varied and extensive. My tip for the closets are basically, if you don't know where to put it, just shove it where you can't see it, am I right? We have all of Jordan's Etsy totes in here. So these are all filled with vintage clothing, with crafts, with like ongoing art project stuff. But dreams are dreams, and we've made a lot of money off the Etsy store, so I can't bitch too much. We also have some opportunities just as far as the closet's concerned in general. You can see I tried to add another shelf here, like one of these. That didn't go so well. Another shelf would solve everything. It's just a lot. So we're not perfect, certainly. You have to stay on top of your tidiness, and that's something we've definitely gotten better at since living in this smaller space, because you have to. Wherever the hell this goes, I don't even know. Jordan, where does it go?
There it was.
This is it. This is basically it. Okay, everybody's calm down. We're chill, Nova. Okay. I'm trying to get comfortable.
I look like a fucking like first lady. He's trying to leave. What the fuck are you being so weird for?
I'm trying to position it to where like I don't know. I'm trying to position it where I don't look fat. We're in the frame properly. No. Oh baby. Okay, well we're like, okay, fine, whatever.
Oh, that's
you ruin
cold.
everything. No, but no. No. Oh my god. I thought for sure he was gonna knock that shit over.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our tour around our little home here.
Yeah, and if you have any tips that you would like to share about organizing your small space or your small apartment or just urban living in general, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Clayton Cares and
In Between Branches.
bye.